Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Shawn and Ali, Little Hill Homestead. Welcome in. So we told you guys the last time we got our butcher box that we got a tri-tip, and a lot of you guys asked, like, how do you guys prepare tri-tip? Because we've talked about it a billion times on the channel over the last few years. So today, somebody's going to show you how we marinate and cook tri-tip. For you guys on the West Coast, this is something that you can easily find at pretty much any grocery store, and you guys on this coast, the East Coast, it's a little harder to find, but ButcherBox does have it, so that's where we got ours.
That's where we got ours. Sometimes we have to ask for it to be special cut for us as well if we want to try tip.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a West Coast thing.
It's definitely a West Coast thing. So yeah, but it's delicious and totally worth it. So
yeah, and we do it a couple of different ways. This is the standard way that I've been doing tri tip for several years, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is just my marinade for tri tip, and here we go.
And it's delicious. All right, I'm out. Do you need my assistance?
No, that's okay. Got my tri-tip over here. We'll see that in a second, but I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to get quarter cup soy sauce going in a bowl. Lemon juice, quarter cup. Going in a bowl. This is all just going to get mixed together. 2 tablespoons, and I have a cool 2 tablespoon measuring spoon. If you know Ali and watch her, then you know that she just eyeballs everything. I don't. That was EVOO. 2 tablespoons. I've got Worcestershire going in here as well. That's 2 tablespoons as well.
What is EVOO? I don't know if they can hear me asking, but we have people from other countries often goes, what is EVOO?
EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. I probably watched Rachel Ray way too much. She always just said EVOO. I don't know. I've already measured out, but I've got a tablespoon of brown sugar. This doesn't matter whether it's light or dark brown sugar. I think I've used both in the past. Going in, I have pre-cut about a teaspoon or two larger cloves of garlic, and I just mince that up real quick. And then I use Louisiana hot sauce. You can use a hot sauce. You do not have to use hot sauce. You can omit it. Doesn't really spice it up, but it adds a flavor to it to me, but it doesn't bring in a lot of heat. Oh, and you put just about that much in, and if you want to spill some on the counter, I take lessons from Ali.
That's true. That is true.
It's going to get a little black pepper in here. That's just to taste. It's really just a dash or so. I like to use fresh crack. Thank you.
Here.
Appreciate it.
Can't prove anything.
I'm just going to give that a quick stir. That's really it. That's it for the marinade part, but here's the trick. Well, I don't know if it's a trick, but this is what I do with my tri-tip, and I'll try not to make too big of a mess. We do get
You literally bought this for me, and you don't use it.
We do get a variety of sizes of tri-tip. This one's kind of this marinade set up for like a. My recipe says 1 tri-tip. 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. We'll do it. This one's probably a little overkill for my tri-tip today. It's a little bit of a smaller one, but there's only 3 of us. There's only 3 of us eating tri-tip tonight. So there's my tri-tip. 20 ounces. Okay. And what I do with this is I take good old garlic salt, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on. And you can get a little heavy-handed with the garlic salt because it's such a thick piece of meat. And on a whim, if you ever need to cook a tri-tip and you don't have time to marinate it all day, garlic salt by itself will do the trick. Works pretty well. Tonight we're going to use these in sandwiches, and that really would work fine. We use some barbecue sauce with it, but the marinade is really the best way to go. Oh, well, you want me to use this?
Oh, yeah.
Our little Ziploc holder.
I use it all the time. He got them for me years ago, and then
it's great
that he doesn't just grab it and use it like I do. But
I probably could have just used that and put all the ingredients into that to start. But tri-tip's going to go. Tri-tip's going to go in.
I like this.
And then this really doesn't need much of a stir. I'm just trying to incorporate that brown sugar a little bit, so it dissolves a little bit in there. And then in it goes. professional technique of marinating. Ziplocs. With certain meats, I like to put them in like a 9x9 container or a 9x13 if I'm doing something bigger and a little bit flatter, and then I just turn it. But with something like this, because the meat's kind of a bigger chunk, I like to get it in there and get all that sauce around it, and then I just give it a twist. I'm going to put that in the fridge just like this. It's going to marinate. I mean, it really can go overnight if you want it to, but 8 hours is about right. Today's time is about 9:40 in the morning, so this will be perfect for tonight. Throughout the day, once or twice, I will go into the fridge and just give this a turn, try to keep it evenly marinated. But that's going in the fridge, and a little bit later today, I'll show you how we get it prepared. Thanks, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to cook this for about 20-25 minutes aside. I'll let the meat probe tell me how we're doing. But what I do is I do in my little Weber, whether it's this size or if I do it in a larger tri-tip, I still do it the same way. I count out 26 pieces of charcoal, get them going. They're all going well now. I've got the bottom open for heat all the way, I just kind of put the charcoal around the outside to keep it kind of indirect, so you kind of see that. And I've got my grill on there. I've already heated that up, and then the meat is just going to go on right in the middle there.
Oh, you hear the sizzle? You hear the sizzle? Yeah.
That's starting there. Now I will, on this first side, I'm going to put the lid on, but I like to add, and I got it fully open, I like to, on this particular, everyone's different of course, but on this one, I crack the lid just a little bit, and it lets just a little bit more air in. I like it to be pretty hot in there because I'm cooking it indirectly as well.
Ooh,
so I'm going to watch that for about 20-25 minutes. I'll watch the probe as well, but we'll give this a flip in a little bit, see how we do.
Okay. Shawn came out and flipped this at 25 minutes?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
It's a little smaller piece.
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller piece, and our thermometer beeped at us. It says it's done, so
let's see if it's done.
Here's what she looks like. I mean, come on, if you are a person who likes meat, yeah.
I'm going to pull that off. I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then we're actually going to use a deli slicer, slice it into thin strips to make sandwiches tonight, but you can also just slice it and eat it, or we like to use barbecue sauce, but that's what we're doing. But that's it. Tri-tip.
That's it. We'll show you sliced. We'll show you it not once we eat it, because then it'll be gone, but oh yeah. Okay, so we are slicing our meat we have this commercial meat slicer we got from Weber. We're doing ours really like paper thin because we put it on basically a homemade hamburger bun and make like a sandwich out of it with some barbecue sauce. We have some barbecue sauce here that we mixed. We had a really spicy pepper from our garden that we mixed in it, so it's a spicy barbecue. We do that, and our kid does just regular barbecue. But one thing Shawn was saying, and I thought this could benefit some of you guys, is if you do not have a barbecue, it's not gonna quite be the same, but you can totally cook tri-tip in an oven. So our barbecue, the temperature in there when it's doing its thing,
about 350 degrees.
It's 350 degrees.
Oh, and I'm looking at the camera over here.
I have you guys in a different location than normal, sorry.
We did ours, by the way, we did ours up to about 131 degrees internal temp. It's like a medium rare. You wanna, here.
Yeah.
It's got a little pink in the middle.
For those of you that like a little bit more like medium rare, that's what we tend to like. But we suggest to do a temperature gauge in it to make sure you get to about 131 for ours if you want it more well done. You know, obviously higher, but you can do it in an oven. Just marinate it the same way, and then just cook it. I would put it like on some kind of rack so the drippings drip down below it. But then, if you don't have a meat slicer, because you know, like we're like kitchen gadget people, so we have like everything. If you don't, then you could just thin slice it with just a good sharp knife.
Yeah, works well.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna finish slicing this, and then we're gonna show you us taking big bites of barbecue sandwiches.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, that's what it looks like when it's done. Yeah, those are our homemade hamburger buns. Fun fact, I filmed an entire video on how we make our coleslaw because one of you guys asked us how to make coleslaw, and I didn't record. So that we get to enjoy the benefits of our coleslaw, but unfortunately we'll have to reschedule that one for you guys. But
I didn't say prayers yet.
we'll say our prayers and we're gonna scarf this down. But yeah, is it good? Thank you for being on the channel. I know a lot of you guys were like, "Where's Shawn?" I promise he's still here. It's just he's busy with other things. Yeah, we don't leave the house very often. If you guys have any questions about ButcherBox, I'll put a link below, and then I'll also, of course, put the description in the description. I'll put the recipe with his marinade and stuff. So.
Okay, you're welcome. Enjoy.
Oh, and if you make it, let us know.